Anthony Edwards has said he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA, that's Wemby's job. Shannon Sharpe defends Anthony Edwards for stating this. Let's play the clip, and then we'll get your thoughts.
Consider yourself the top candidate to be the next face of the league?
No, not really.
Why?
That's what they got. That's what they got Wemby for.
Tell the truth. You can and will be that guy.
Well, I'm capable of being that guy, but I don't want to be that guy. Put it like that. I want to be the guy to just show up and hoop and just kill dudes and go home.
Okay, Shay, was that sharp or not sharp from Ant Edwards?
That's sharp. He's telling you he does not want to be that. Stop. So NBA, stop trying to push him to the front of the line to be one of your faces of the NBA. He's telling you how many different ways must someone tell you they don't want something before you believe him. I believe him. When he says he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA, he doesn't want what comes along with being that. That's okay. I watch him come to the game with slides on and bagging. He's not trying to be the representation, the best face of the NBA. Leave him alone. Don't try to put that on him if he doesn't want it. If I stop by Perk, hey Perk, you need anything? And I know Perk just went through something. Hey Perk, I'm headed to town, man. You need anything? Nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna beg Perk to have me get him something when the man told me he was good. Ant-Man told you he's good. Leave him alone. Let's push other guys that will gladly accept being what that is, the face of the NBA. It's okay.
Steve, is Shannon Sharpe right here?
He's completely 100% correct. And I give Edwards credit for having the self-awareness to know who he is and what he is. And maybe he just wants to be a guy that balls, has fun, does all the things that we may not find likable or savory. But let's be honest, a lot of guys his age had those same opportunities. We do them 7 days a week. He does not want to be the poster child. He does not want that pressure. As long as he plays hard and entertains us, I think we should be good with that. Jason, I read the book, The Life, by Roland Lazenby, one of the most expansive books about Michael Jordan, who absolutely was the face of the league for at least, I would say, a dozen years, right? There were parts of it that were great because Michael could handle it, but there are other parts where I think it absolutely suffocated him and it made him more callous as a person. The guy that we all kind of knew in 85 to 88 was not the same guy, maybe not nice a guy as he was in 97, 98 by the time he finished out his run with the Bulls. Maybe Edwards understands the deal that he has to make to be the face of the league. And there's only one thing worse than a liar, Jason. That's a hypocrite. And maybe Edwards has enough wherewithal to know I don't want to be a liar or a hypocrite. I just want to be me.
When I get online, I want to know that I'm safe. That's why I love ExpressVPN. They keep my personal information more private and secure. Find out how you can get 4 months free just by clicking the link in the description box below or by going to expressvpn.com/fearless. Protect your online privacy with ExpressVPN. This is not the same, but it's on the same tree as, hey, I'm not a role model. And from Charles Barkley. It's not the same, but it's on the same tree. And it's cut from the same cloth. And this is where I disagree with Charles Barkley and where I disagree with Anthony Edwards and Shannon Sharpe here. Is like, as you mature in life, as you mature in life, and I used to be young and dumb and used to think exactly like Anthony Edwards, I used to tell people the key to happiness was a lack of responsibility. That there was no one I had to answer to, nothing that I was responsible for. And I used to think, literally, I would tell people, like, the joy of my life is that I would be in Kansas City and I'd decide, or a buddy would say, hey man, we got something going on in Vegas. I'd hop on a plane and be out in Vegas and only planning to stay 1 or 2 days. I once went to Vegas on a 3-day trip and came back 19 days later. And I thought that was happiness. And what I've come to find out is that happiness is unimportant and it's not the key to a successful life, and that the avoidance of responsibility will limit you and damage you. And so what Anthony Edwards is saying is, I don't want the responsibility of that.
Right.
And we're
Jason,
not here to pursue happiness. It's very fleeting, and it mostly just makes you a very selfish, narcissistic, irresponsible person. I had to learn this the hard way.
Jason, I agree. I cannot disagree with anything you stated, but he's still a relatively young man. But I just recently saw a video from Jada Black, shout out to him, about how I guess Edwards is having some issues with a prior relationship. You can kind of like discern what that's all about. But look, he's honest enough to basically tell you, no, don't make me the face. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. And the league deserves better. And I'm going to be me. Maybe there are more responsible people. Now, again, we can make a judgment on that. But Jason, we all remember the human highlight film. Dominique Wilkins, one of the great scorers of all time, was actually underrated in my view as an all-time great. He was an incredibly exciting, electrifying performer. And he had a great career. He carried a franchise. He was iconic in Atlanta. And he was never the face of the league. He was overshadowed. But you know what? I believe Dominique was happy with that. What is wrong with being the modern day Neek?
Well, because if Dominique were offered the opportunity to be the face of the league, if he were the best player, I think he would seize that opportunity. And Wemby is a foreign-born player, and I would imagine the NBA is smart enough to know that if they really want to have domestic success, they need an American-born player to take on the responsibility of being the face of the league. I just want to go back to responsibility. It actually will make you a better person. And so Anthony Edwards, yes, he wants to be an irresponsible person. He wants baby mamas. He probably wants to just smoke weed and be left alone and be able to knock up whatever stripper he wants. And you know, he wants to do what Elon Musk is doing, what Nick Cannon is doing to some degree. I've been in that mentality of, hey, if I just avoid responsibility and just do me, I'll be better off. And you're actually making yourself a worse person. And that's, for me, and again, I'm not saying it's the same for you or anybody listening, but for me, it's just like taking on the responsibility of doing this fearless project the way that I've done it. It's made me a better person. It's made me like, I don't go to Vegas. And I certainly, if I did, I went for a wedding a few days ago, in and out, went to the wedding, blah, blah, blah. But I certainly would never be that irresponsible where you spend 19 days out in Las Vegas, you spend a ton of money, you do a bunch of immoral stuff.
19 days.
Yes, straight.
Wow. Jason,
one of the dumbest things I ever did.
Jason, did you just pack a carry-on and just buy clothes as you went on? I mean,
there's a shop that's, I forget, it's on Parallel, I think. There's a shop that I go to or used to go to that just bought clothes and underwear and just being honest with you, we ended up bringing in 2 sets of female friends from Kansas City and someplace else. It was cost a lot of money. A lot of people would call, oh, you had so much fun, blah, blah, blah. It was stupidity. And it just, I'm glad I've left that alone. I needed responsibility. I should have got married, should have had kids. It made me a better person. But anyway, Anthony Edwards needs to be a better person. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.